In this video, I'm going to be talking about why joining the military was the best decision of my life, so stay tuned. Hey, welcome back, Military Journeyman. If you're new to this channel, my name is Julian. I'm an active duty Coast Guard member, and this channel is all about giving you the best military tips and money-saving hacks. So subscribe so you can keep up to date. So I've been active duty Coast Guard for coming up on 6 years now. I actually joined the Coast Guard in January 2014. A little bit after high school, I ended up joining, and the military's just been there with me the whole way. From me going to college and while enlisted and getting my degree, to meeting my wife, to moving, to purchasing my first house. The military's always been there. The Coast Guard's been there. And really, I think that it's been the best decision of my life, not just because of where I am today, but because of the things that it has been able to provide for me that a lot of people don't get. So I'm going to be just listing off some of the things that really why I believe that the military was the best decision for me. It might not be the best decision for you. Like I don't think that the military is for everybody, but if you are maybe in a similar position, like you are coming out, you don't really know what to do, you want to take something that is going to maybe give you a little bit more life experience, if you want to start getting paid right away, then these are maybe some of the things that maybe will resonate with you. But again, like I said, military is not for everybody, but it definitely was for me, and it has been able to help me get to where I am today. So the first thing is that the military really gave me something that challenged me. So when I was coming out of high school, I wasn't really challenged. Like, I had a job, I didn't really care about school, and there wasn't really anything that really pushed me. But joining the military, joining the Coast Guard, like I had something that, like boot camp was very challenging. And, it doesn't matter if you're really into fitness or you're just a really smart guy, it's going to be challenging because it is stretching you. And that was the first time that I was really stretched. And the same thing, like sometimes you're going to be going to a school, like after you graduate, once you've come in, you might be going to a technical school, or you might be learning a new job that will require you to maybe study a lot. And that really stretched me as well. Like I never studied before in high school, and when I came into the military, like I was studying just nonstop because there's a constant pressure to learn more, you're going to be doing a job. So you might have not studied or really done anything very challenging before, but when you enter into the military, you're going to be getting challenged and stretched and expected a whole lot. Now, for me, I think that was really good because it really took me out of, my childhood mentality, which was just thinking everything is easy and I'm just going to kind of glaze by, to where it's like, oh no, I have to work hard. I have to study. I have to get this qualification. I have to be able to pass this test because that's what's expected of you. So the second thing the military gave me was clear direction. So I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to join the Coast Guard. And then after that, I knew that I wanted to be a rescue swimmer. I knew I wanted to do this. I knew I wanted to do that. When you maybe aren't and just kind of going through life and not really having, like maybe you're just going to school, you might not really have a clear direction. You might be going to school and not even know what you want to do. So you're paying money for something that you don't even know. You don't know where you're going, what you're doing. You're just kind of floating. And I didn't want that. I wanted something that was like, this is where I'm going, this is what I'm doing. And if I didn't have that, I would just kind of be floating because there wasn't really anything that I knew that I wanted to do. Nothing really interested me outside being a civilian. But being in the military, it's like, okay, you need to advance, you need to take this job, you need to do this, you need to do that, and it points you and helps direct you in a positive way. Third thing is that you start getting paid right away. Now, I didn't want to just go to a university or go to college and then just start taking on debt. I really didn't want to keep working at my job because I really didn't feel like it was going to lead me anywhere when I was a civilian working as a waiter. So this kind of gave me direction and it allowed me to get paid. And the beautiful thing about that is that I could also go to college while being in the military and having a clear direction. So it was like I had these two, I was going down this path and then another avenue opens up. And instead of just taking on debt or doing something that I really didn't want to do and just doing it just so I could stay afloat, I was going somewhere that I wanted to go, and I was also able to get paid And I was also able to, start learning and start doing different things. I could start investing. I started getting into entrepreneurship. I started learning about real estate and all this stuff. So it was it allowed me so much more opportunity than if I just was trying to struggle to get by and pay off these bills and go to college for something that I really didn't even want to do, or that I didn't even know that I would want to do. Fourth thing is that you have to grow up really fast. So I was 18 when I joined, and I left my friends, I left my family, I left everything in order to take on this new life, this new career, this job that is literally taking you and moving you to somewhere that you don't even know, and you have to start this new life. So that means, having to pay bills, having to do your taxes, having to do everything that a responsible adult has to do, and that is going to be on you. Sure, you don't have to pay for health insurance. Sure, your dental is going to be taken care of for you. They tell you when you have to go, what you have to do. But a lot of these big things that maybe you just never experienced before, like if you were just going to college and not really living life, then you're going to be getting a whole new perspective on what it is to be an adult and have to take care of these responsibilities. Number 5 is that I got to figure out what I liked and what I disliked. So, I joined the Coast Guard in order to do this specific type of job, being like a rescue swimmer. But so many things happen, in the course of just a year. You might change. You might see that that's not a job that you want to do, or you might see something else, or you might want to go to college and then get out. So many different options open up, but it allowed me the freedom to be able to choose what I wanted to do. If I wanted to go officer, if I wanted to be a rescue swimmer, if I wanted to be in IT, if I wanted to do this, I got to see what I liked and disliked. And it allows you the flexibility to try, because I'm getting paid this whole time. I'm not afraid if I try something new. I'm not afraid if I take a new job, if I take on another college class, if I do something else, because one, the benefits are going to cover a lot of the stuff, and I make sure that I don't have to pay for this. But two is like I'm getting paid, and three is like I always have my fallback. I can always know I have a clear path with the Coast Guard, with the military, and if something doesn't work out over here, I always have a fallback right over here. Number 6, kind of going off of that, is that you get to experience the world. So because you are actually doing something, you are taking a job, you're in the military, you're doing stuff, you get to try different things, go to college, try different hobbies, take on a new type of position, maybe consider going officer, consider staying enlisted, whatever it is that you want to do. You can test all these things and you can try them out. When you are going to college, or like I really didn't want to just start paying into something and then not really know if that's what I want to do, because I've changed my mind so many times. If I decided back when I was 18, like I want to become a doctor, and I started going down that path because maybe I thought being a doctor was what I wanted to do, I would have been so out of luck. Like if I was just paying and going and doing this thing, and then all of a sudden I decide this isn't really what I do, or this isn't what I thought it was going to be. Now I've just invested all this time and money and energy into something that I almost feel like obligated to keep on moving forward with that. I don't feel any obligations with the things that I start when, because I am enlisted, because I decided to join the military. I don't have to feel obligated to stay in. I don't have to feel obligated to go a certain type of career path. If there's something that I don't like in the military, I could leave. If there's something that I don't like taking on another college class, I can quit it. I can change my college degree. So there is a lot more flexibility with being able to experience things. If you're not experiencing and you're just going to college and doing something, then you're not going to know if that's what you really want. And it is a big shame when people take on so much debt, so much of this college loan, and then they don't end up wanting to do this thing, or they find out that it's not in line with maybe their values. So being able to experience things, find out who you are, what it is that you like, I think is probably one of the best things about joining the military for me personally. Number 7 is that you're not a dependent anymore. So again, kind of going off of one of the previous points that I mentioned, is that you are going to be an adult. You have to grow up really fast, but you also aren't dependent on anybody else. You aren't dependent on maybe like your family. Like if I was just going to college and I was just doing that, maybe I would have had to depend on my family. Maybe I wouldn't have been able to purchase a house, purchase a car, get married, start doing real estate investing. I wouldn't have been able to do those things because I would have constantly been dependent on, maybe like my primary responsibility, which would be paying off my student loans, getting that out of the way. So you're going to be stuck to something, and I really didn't want to be stuck, dependent on my family or dependent on student loans or whatever it is. I'm my own boss now, and I get to choose what I want to do and how I want to invest my time, invest my money. Number 8 is the benefits. Now the benefits are just very nice. Little things, little things like being able to get food discounted when you go out to certain restaurants, or being able to get a cheaper phone plan, or being able to use big benefits like the VA loan, and being able to purchase this house basically for free. Being able to use things like the GI Bill, getting your college paid for. I got my eyes done. I had to wear glasses before, or contacts. I got those corrected. There's just so many benefits that the military does provide. And the last thing is community. So being in the military, when you meet other military people, it doesn't matter which branch, there's just this automatic connection. Like, I was going out today and I was looking at some properties that I was planning on investing into, and one of the people that lived there was a military member, and we just hit it off right off the bat. It was just like this natural connection with the wife and with him, and it was like we have these things in common. So you really build this nice bond that you don't get when you're just like a civilian. Like, if I was just a civilian and I was to go see this place, it'd be like, oh, you do this, or oh, you do that. There really is kind of like no bounds. Like, if you're an officer, or you're enlisted, or you're Air Force, or your Coast Guard, it doesn't really matter, because you are in the military. You do understand what it's like just picking up and leaving and moving and transitioning, and the military structure and that lifestyle. So there is this natural community that you join and that you get, that I'm really grateful for, because like now, the rest of my life, I always have something that I can kind of fall back on, and always people that I know that it's like I can have this kind of like natural relationship with. So these are just some of the reasons why I think joining the military was, for me personally, the best decision of my life. It might be different for you. Like, again, I always try to hype on this and talk about this, is that everybody's experience is going to be different. This isn't for everybody. Not everybody should join the military. It's not the best for everybody, but if maybe some of these things did resonate with you, if the things that I said, my reasoning as to why I think joining the military was a good benefit, then maybe this might be good for you. So if you guys like this video, smash that like button, give me a big thumbs up, let me know that you did like this video. And if you want to keep watching, if you like the military benefits and the stuff like that, then check out this video right here, or just keep watching right here. Until next time, peace out.